Good day everyone and welcome to another edition of In Case You Missed It. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to this channel. Libyan's authority locked the Super Eagles players and officials in the airport after their flight was diverted to another airport. Watch the hostage situation and how they landed in Abuja, Nigeria. Former Green Eagles goalkeeper Peter Fregene has died after a long-term battle with illness. The Confederation for African Football (CAF) is set to sanction the Libyan Football Federation for the treatment of Nigeria Super Eagles ahead of their supposed AFCON qualifiers in Benghazi. The Super Eagles have left for Libya on Sunday morning for the 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifying match day 4 Ekanda against the Mediterranean Knights of Libya. The team's charter flight had a stopover in Kano before proceeding to Benghazi. The Super Eagles were previously scheduled to travel to Tripoli and then made a 2-hour trip by road to Benghazi. The plan was later however dumped to avoid stress for the players and officials. Libya will host the Super Eagles at the 10,000 capacity stadium in Benina on Tuesday. The crowd is 10 km from Benghazi. The stadium has an artificial turf which might not be suitable for Nigeria's foreign-based players. Away for Eguavoen side, we see them secure a spot at the AFCON 2025 finals in Morocco. The Eagles battled hard to break the defense of Libyans and won the first encounter played at the Goalkeeper International Stadium in Uyo, the ICYMI state capital, Friday. It was Lazio midfielder Labbadia who came off the bench to score for the 3-time African champions in the game where the Libyans camped in their own half for most part of the 90 minutes, defending with everything. Labbadia, who replaced Alex Iwobi in the 74th minute, scored in the 86th minute after connecting with a low cross from Moses Simon. The goal ensured that the resilience of the Mediterranean Knights, who employed all kinds of tricks including time wasting to keep the Nigerians at bay, was broken. Nigeria currently lead Group D with 7 points after 3 games, while Benin Republic closely follow with 6 points, with Rwanda having 2 points and Libya with 1 point. Nigeria will face the Libyan for the return leg on Tuesday at the Matar Stadium of Benina in Libya. The highly anticipated encounter will kick off at 8 p.m. Nigeria time. The Super Eagles were held on stage by Libyan authorities at the Alabak airport on Sunday night. According to the Super Eagles media officer, Promise Efoge, the team's chartered aircraft was approaching its destination in Benghazi before it was diverted to another city, more than a 2-hour drive from the original base. The players and the officials left Nigeria for the North African country on Sunday morning. According to journalist Tobi Adepoju, the Nigeria Football Federation's NFF transport plan for the Super Eagles were disrupted during their journey to Libya. The initial agreement and approval obtained by the NFF were for a chartered flight to land in Benghazi, a location conveniently close to Benina, just a few minutes drive away. However, mid-flight, the plane was unexpectedly diverted to Al-Abrak airport, altering the team's travel plans, he tweeted. The agreement and the approval the NFF got was for the charter flight to land in Benghazi, a few minutes drive to Benina. Airborne, the plane was diverted to Abrak airport. The NFF transport arrangement was already in Benghazi. Despite the diversion of the plane, there were no buses provided at Abrak airport by the Libyan FA. The Super Eagles contingent have been stranded for 30+ hours and locked up at the Abrak airport. NFF made another transport arrangement and they have refused to open the gate. In another tweet by Adepoju Tobi Samuel, according to the Libya guys at the airport, they got a directive from higher authorities to delay the Nigeria contingent for 8+ hours at the airport. Airport gates are still locked and none of the Libya FA members are here, no buses to travel. On Friday, Nigeria beat the Mediterranean Knights of Libya 1-0 in the first leg match of the 2025 AFCON qualifiers in Uyo. Before the match, the Libyan team lodged accusation against NFF, claiming they were subjected to poor transportation treatment during the arrival to the country. The Libyan players complained of poor treatment by Nigeria authority on arrival in the West African country last week for the 2025 AFCON qualifiers encounter.
I'm good.
The upcoming African Cup of Nations qualifying match between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and Libya, scheduled for Tuesday, is now in jeopardy due to complications surrounding Nigeria team's arrival in Libya. The team was initially scheduled to land in Benghazi, as arranged by the Nigeria Football Federation (NFF), but Libyan authority insisted their flight be diverted to Al-Abak Airport. Despite initial resistance from the pilot, the aircraft eventually landed in Al-Abak, leaving the team unable to communicate with officials in Benghazi. According to a statement released by NFF on Sunday evening, the Super Eagles departed Abuja for Benghazi ahead of their match against Libya. However, about an hour before landing, their flight was diverted to Al-Abak Airport, which is more than 2 hours away from Benghazi. The Super Eagles have been stranded at the Libyan airport for over 10 hours after arriving in the country. Although the NFF made alternative transportation arrangements, they reported that the airport authorities refused to open the gate, leaving the Super Eagles stuck at Al-Abak Airport. The team faced a nearly 30 hours drive to Benghazi. Efforts to resolve the situation have been complicated by bureaucratic delays. The Nigeria embassy in Libya have been in contact with Libyan authority, but approval to proceed to Benghazi is still pending. Reports suggest that Nigeria players are now physically and mentally drained after the prolonged ordeal, casting serious doubt on their readiness for the match. Fatigued players and officials have remained confused as the host Libya Football Federation failed to send any reception team or even vehicles to take the delegation members from the airport to their hotel, said to be 3 hours away in Benghazi. The Super Eagles players had no access to Wi-Fi, no food after landing from Nigeria for over 13 hours, according to a tweet by Victor Boniface. Being at the airport for almost 13 hours, no food, no Wi-Fi, nowhere to sleep. Africa, we can do better at CAF. The Super Eagles are scheduled to play their second leg of the AFCON qualifiers on Tuesday, following a 1-0 victory in the first leg last week Friday. Former Green Eagles goalkeeper Peter Fregene has passed away. The sad news was announced by his longtime friend and ex-international Segun Odedbami on Sunday. Odedbami revealed that Fregene died peacefully after a prolonged illness with his wife Tina and 2 of his children by his side. The football legend, who had been on life support for the past week, finally succumbed to his health challenges, marking the end of an era for Nigeria football. Earlier this year, Odedbami had publicly sought financial assistance for Fregene's medical care. In a statement issued in March, he shared that the former goalkeeper was hospitalized in Sapele, Delta State and required urgent medical attention. Although some support was provided, including an ambulance covered by Tony Ojesina, more funds were still needed for further treatment at a teaching hospital. Odedbami also used the opportunity to highlight the absence of functional welfare system for retired athletes in Nigeria, lamenting the hardship many face in their later years. In his update on Sunday, Odedbami expressed his grief, writing, "A few minutes ago, Peter Apu Fregene Oli, former goalkeeper for Nigeria's Green Eagles, who have been on life support for the past 1 week, passed on to meet his creator. He died quietly in the presence of his 2 children and his devoted wife, Tina." Odedbami in the message also thanked all who had rallied around the football icon during his illness. He wrote, "On behalf of all generations of Nigerian footballers, Olympians, sport persons, his family, friends, fans, and a few incredible Nigerians that quietly rallied around and with their support, prayers, and the will of the creator of the universe kept him alive until this night, I say a big thank you," he stated. Fregene's legacy is well remembered, especially standout performances for Nigeria's national team in the 1960s and 70s, including his participation in the 1968 Olympics in Mexico. Known for his incredible reflexes and shot-stopping ability, Fregene earned the nickname Apple and Flying Cat, a testament to his agility and skill between the posts. Tribute has since poured in from across the sport communities, honoring his contribution to Nigeria football and his impact on the generation that followed. May his soul rest in perfect peace.
Just got back to Nigeria with the team. I just want to say a big thank you to all the support that we've been getting. Out of energy. It's been a long 24 hours. We've tried to do our best to keep our spirits high.
The Super Eagles have landed in Nigeria from Libya. They called that the Super Eagles left Libya on Monday afternoon after being stranded at the Al-Abak airport for over 15 hours. They had traveled to honor the second leg match of the 2025 AFCON qualifiers game against Mediterranean Knights of Libya, scheduled for Tuesday, October 15, 2024. The flight from Libya was 3.5 hours. Their chartered flight would refuel in the ancient northern Nigeria city of Kano before it makes its way to Abuja and then Lagos. However, the team eventually pulled out of the clash after slightly hostile reception from the Libyan authority. The Nigeria team landed at the Aminu Kano International in Kano around past 5 p.m. on Monday, where they were expected to refuel their chartered airline before connecting Abuja and then Lagos. The NFF have protested this fiasco to the CAF, who have promised to investigate and take action. The Confederation of African Football (CAF) has initiated an investigation into the troubling treatment of Nigeria Super Eagles at the Libyan airport. In a statement issued on Monday, CAF condemned the prolonged delay faced by the Super Eagles players and the coaching staff upon arriving in Libya for their 2025 AFCON qualifiers match. CAF described the situation as disturbing and confirmed that it has been in communication with both Libyan and Nigerian authorities to understand the full scope of the incident. The African Football Governing Body has referred the matter to its disciplinary board and has vowed to hold those responsible accountable for violating statutes and regulations. The statement read, "The Confederation African de Football (CAF) has been in contact with the Libyan and Nigerian authorities after being informed that the Nigerian national football team Super Eagles and their technical team were stranded in disturbing conditions for several hours at an airport that they were allegedly instructed to land by the Libyan authorities. The matter has been referred to CAF Disciplinary Board for investigation and appropriate actions to be taken against those who violate the CAF statutes and regulation." The incident occurred follows Nigeria 1-0 victory over Libya in the first leg of the AFCON qualifying match held in Uyo, ICYMI State last Friday. In response, the Nigeria Football Federation (NFF) announced on Monday that it has withdrawn the Super Eagles from the upcoming second leg of the qualifying match due to unacceptable treatment they experienced in the hands of Libya's authority. The Libya Football Federation has condemned Nigeria's decision to withdraw from the scheduled 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifiers in Libya, threatening to take legal action to protect its national team's interest. The Super Eagles cited safety concerns after being stranded at the Alabak airport for over 13 hours following an unexpected diversion on Sunday, prompting Nigeria to pull out of the match initially set for Tuesday, October 15. In its statement shared by the Libya's Observer, the LFC accused Nigeria Football Federation (NFF) of failing to cooperate in organizing the match and causing the confusion that led to the current situation. The statement read, "The Libya Football Federation condemns the measure taken by the Nigeria Football Federation by refusing to play the Libya-Nigeria match in the African Cup of Nations qualifiers scheduled for Tuesday, October 15, stressing that it will take all legal measures to preserve the interest of the Libya national football team." The LFC also mentioned that the incident beyond its control could not be compared to what the Libya team experienced in the first leg, suggesting that the Nigeria Football Federation was responsible for the mishandling of both the initial and the return legs. The Libyan Federation attached some in-camera footage that did not prevent the Libya mission from playing the Nigeria-Libya match last Friday in Nigeria, out of cooperation with the Confederation of African Football. The Libya Football Federation clarifies that its Nigeria counterpart did not cooperate with it in any way, whether regarding the first or the second leg match, noting that the event beyond our control do not equal a small part of what the Libyan national team was exposed to in the first leg match, it said. The statement further offered an apology to the Libyan football fans for the confusion and the delays in the match arrangement, attributing these issues to the Nigeria Football Federation's actions. The Libya Football Federation apologized to Libyan football fans everywhere and to the parties concerned with the match arrangement due to the state of confusion caused by the Nigeria Football Federation, which led to the match not being aired on time, the statement concluded. The controversy erupted after photos of Super Eagles team sleeping on benches went viral early Monday, prompting condemnation from Nigerian authorities. The situation worsened as the players, pilots and other personnel were stranded at the Libyan airport for over 13 hours without access to necessities like food, water or a place to rest. The Super Eagles captain, Troost-Ekong, described the actions of Alabak airport as disgraceful, accusing Libyan authority of deliberately playing mind games by revoking their landing permit and leaving the team stranded without basic amenities.
Our best to keep our spirits high, this will be the last thing I'm going to say about it. Football is all about respect, and that starts by respecting ourselves. So yeah, we took a stand. I'm proud of the team's decision, and yeah, we'll be waiting to see what will be the follow-up from here. Whatever the consequences are, we will be ready to continue our journey to AFCON 2025 in November. So until then, thanks everyone for the support, and we really appreciate it.
That guy they play what inside?
The Libya Football Federation is reportedly in panic mode after the Confederation of African Football (CAF) demanded documentation regarding the cancellation of the AFCON qualifying match against Nigeria. Chaos and controversy erupted when the Super Eagles plane was unexpectedly diverted to Labbadia Airport, where they were detained for over 15 hours without basic necessity like food and water. Subsequently, the Nigeria players decided not to play against Libya and returned to their country. With the dust now settled, CAF is seeking answers and has requested formal documentation from the Libya Football Federation explaining the event. Libya football officials are reportedly sluggish to respond and potentially face damning consequences if found guilty. According to Libya's Al Ara channel, CAF has given the Libya and Nigerian Association until 20th of this month to submit the documents. Some experts believe Libyan breached CAF fair play regulations and will be sanctioned accordingly. Some have suggested that Libya will forfeit the match and also be fined, while some said the match will be replayed at a neutral venue. Meanwhile, Super Eagles legend Osaze Odemwingie condemned Libya's treatment of the Nigerian team on Monday. In an interview with Bila, Osaze disclosed that rather than endanger players' life in an effort to get revenge, the Libyan squad could have lodged an official protest if they were mistreated. He said, "It is a shame to see things like this happen. It's scary because diverting the plane to another airport is a whole different level. I don't know who was behind this, but it went too far. If they are complained about their treatment, they could have filed an official complaint. I am sure Nigeria as a country can get things right. We can offer them apologies or explain things. Some people might not even want to play football after this for their country. It is very disappointing because if football people were in charge, such things would never happen." The Super Eagles captain, Troost-Ekong, announced the team's decision to withdraw from the match against Libya following their mistreatment. Despite the withdrawal, Nigeria remains in strong position for qualification to the 2025 AFCON due to the 1-0 victory in the first leg. Bruno Labbadia has explained the reason why he rejected the chance to manage the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Labbadia was appointed the head coach of the Super Eagles by the Nigeria Football Federation (NFF) on August 27, 2024. The 58-year-old, however, pulled out of the agreement 3 days later. The German tactician reportedly turned down the NFF request due to financial differences. The NFF said Bruno Labbadia's appointment as Super Eagles coach was withdrawn over issues to do with his tax payment, but the German coach has insisted this was not the case. The former Hamburg tactician has now opened up on his decision to quit the role. Labbadia told Flatterburg podcast, "I wanted to go abroad. The basic requirement for me was that I have to go to Nigeria to see everything on site, and that was not possible after it was announced. It wasn't about the salary anymore either. There were several organizational issues which were problematic. It then got worse and worse, so I didn't have 2 days left to meet the national team. Then I put the rest because the feeling was getting worse and worse. I wanted to be in Nigeria 4 or 5 days ahead of time before the players arrive to look at the experience. That didn't work." Labbadia also reflected on his conversation with the NFF. They were great conversations. That was important to me. It was only due to my feelings that I didn't have the time I wanted to give 100%. That's why I declined. Labbadia has now revealed that the issues were not financially inclined, but more of a lack of time and organizational issues in the NFF. Labbadia also expressed his pleasure with the Super Eagles attack, stating it is second to none. "I was tempted to play the African Cup of Nations and the World Cup. Above all, to play in a World Cup with a team that will not have to hide from the big teams," he said. "Nigeria is an attack that is second to none. I have to say that honestly."